to chat for the hearts that sustain us. Bringing the love where the waves crash and scatter. Words form a bond and they endlessly chain us. Kindness that matters. Voices arise and the flow never falter. Building a space where the ties last forever. Chat is the place where respect doesn't alter, holding us clever. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its power. Threads of goodwill through the storms that unite us. Hope we devour. Here in this space, every heart finds its meaning. Words weave a net where the world feels much kinder. Chat is the pulse, every moment redeeming, binding reminder. Grateful are we for the sparks that ignite us. Chat lifts us up, every voice brings its power. Threads of goodwill through the storms that unite us. Hope we devour. Quiet nights and the storms full of thunder.
Well, it was supposed to end automatically, but apparently I didn't hit the right buttons, y'all. How is everybody? Jen Wow, I see you won First In award. That is excellent. I will show that in a minute. Susan, I'm glad to see you. Lupita, it is always a pleasure. Hey, Scooter Mom, how are you doing? And Cricket, my dear Cricket, if you guys haven't been subscribed to Cricket, you ought be subscribed to Cricket. Susan got the last set of bracelets. That's excellent. Boy, that auction was so much fun last night, wasn't it, you guys? Okay, so in honor of the auction, we have some amazing awards today. And so first in is this great photo of Antics. Look at that. And that is for Jen Paolo. Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? It is good to see you. Thank you, Susan. Thank you very much. I know, Scooter Mom. I suggested in somebody's stream that what we need to do in the future is elect someone head cat herder, because at least I didn't feel comfortable stepping forward and appointing myself main cat herder. So I figure if we elect someone main cat herder, then maybe we find, one of us who can herd cats, then at least things might work a little more smoothly. But that's my idea. Jen, I will get this off to you. Let me know if you didn't. I sent you the other one. I want to make sure you got it because I sent it late. I sent it really late. I didn't send it until yesterday or Friday, maybe. Something like that. Antics in her sweater with a knitted squirrel tail. Just so adorable. So adorable. You guys, I have to make an admission. I did not finish my chapters before time today. I totally did not. So I am right now in the midst of chapter 13 is as far as I got. So we can talk about chapters 10 through almost 13. Oh, good, Jen. Okay. I thought the chapters would be quicker to read, and I misjudged my timing for this afternoon. So we can run through it and see how far we get. If you guys want to talk about it, I mean, it's just the man excels at being a literal well, I'll use the nice word, a literal jerk. He's unbelievable. He steals the baby for no reason, tromps her off Lord knows where. He has no care for anybody. Scooter Mom's fault? Y'all. Well, if the teacher didn't read the book, there's no sense in y'all getting in trouble for not reading the book. We're all in this together. I've had a standing invitation for several months now to meet a group of women friends at the local library for just doing some writing on Sunday mornings. And I have not, for various reasons, availed myself. Yeah, I know, Scooter Mom. Like, we really had to twist his arm to be there. It was we were holding him hostage, I know. So she has been such a good friend and has continued to invite me and text me reminders every couple of weeks, letting me know that they're still going to be there and I'm still invited. She has just been such a kind and amazing friend. And so this morning I got up and actually went. And I actually did get a lot of work done. Thing is, I didn't get much work done yesterday or the day before. According to the book, he did take his daughter to Cuba during the kidnapping time, Cricket. According to the book, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. He took his daughter to Cuba. Insanity. Insanity. So I did get a lot done. I worked on my paper and the section I needed to work on, and you'll see there's lots and lots of marking up that I've done here. See? So much writing. So much writing. So I've got to put that all into I've got a lot to do today and tomorrow, and I teach a class first thing tomorrow morning. So the thing I have to do after we chat tonight is to do the lesson planning. So it has been a very busy Sunday for me. After kind of a couple of days, I didn't feel well Thursday, and it just dragged me down Friday and Saturday. So I need to get this paper done and off to my professor for tomorrow. I've got a lot of work to do tonight and tomorrow morning. I'm a little more behind schedule than I would like to be. Hey, Orion, come here. Just a second, guys. Oh, there it is. Hold on just one moment. Hold, please. Let me find the puppy. Here he is, the no, not my face. The general pest that he is. He is being a troublemaker this evening. For some reason, he doesn't want to hang here in the office with me. No, not my face. Stop. 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 Everybody, Orion. Oh, yeah. Okay. Orion, say hi to everybody. Oh, you're disappearing. You're disappearing. Stop. Silly boy. Yeah. Yeah, silly boy. There he is. Yes. There's that beauteous boy. Isn't he something else? Yeah. Okay. Do you want down? I bet you do. Okay. Let me let you down. No, you're going to stay here with me. You're going to stay here with me. So here, I mean, I don't know, guys. What do you want to talk about in these chapters? The level of maliciousness that that Hubbard seems to be willing to go to. I mean, reporting somebody to the FBI for communist ties was not a joke in 1950. Now, Orion, come on, go lay down. Not a joke. It wasn't a joke in 1950. It really was harmful. He seemed to really be excellent at full-on attack right from the get-go. And I guess I wonder why, with all the reports that the FBI had about him and all the interactions that the FBI had with him, why the FBI never did anything. Do any of you guys know why it may be the FBI never did anything? It sure seemed like they were not paying attention, at the very least. At the very least. There has got to be a way. I had this excerpt that I wanted to share with you guys. There it is. Ah, there's the annotations. I liked this quote in chapter 10 that Lenin was the Hubbard of 1917 and Hubbard was the Madame Blavatsky of 1950. I think a lot of that makes sense, and it's really interesting that the quote calls back to Madame Blavatsky. Going back to those spiritualist roots that Scientology has its feet in are really important. And then, you know, he seems to have really gotten a genius for what he was doing, because then what he did is make both books required reading for new Scientologists. And furthermore, the students studied them like they were serious scientific textbooks, which, you know, that is all exhibiting what it says here. The quote is Scientology, this was 1952. Scientology already exhibited the classic characteristics of a religious sect offering salvation through secret knowledge and totally dominated by a leader claiming a monopoly over the source of knowledge. Many such manipulationist sects flourished at different periods of human history, of Christian history, rather. I'm sure it's not Christian history. I'm sure it's human history. I don't see, there's a comment and I didn't highlight it. It was really interesting. It was a comment by DeMille where he says, I think it was DeMille, where he says people were just a resource, a disposable resource. They didn't matter at all except as a control mechanism. Someone says, you know, he didn't kidnap Alexis because he cared for her. He kidnapped Alexis because of the hold that she had, the way that it allowed him to control the situation, the hold that she gave him over the situation. That's why he kidnapped his baby, not because of some misguided affection or actual fear. It was just all theater. And one really wonders how, with such a apparently gentle, loving, and kind upbringing, one can turn into such a paranoid, psychosis-filled, raging, hateful individual. It's there's it, the family context is just really so important, because his family seems to have deeply cared about him. From everything I gathered in the book, You think that's what it was, Scooter? But I think there've been plenty of kids who have grown up being the cherished baby who have not turned out to be. I mean, true, his family treated him like he walked on water, but they certainly uh saw the writing on the wall when he left his first wife, Peggy, I think, right? They certainly didn't. I mean, they didn't continue to stand behind him. He was just a mutant and a misfit. Well, that's his story, isn't it, Adam? Definitely a mutant and a misfit. That is for damn sure. How you doing, Adam? It was good to see you last night. I hope you had fun. I hope everybody had fun. We were all very hard to rein in. I know it was difficult, Scooter Mom, to try and bring organization to the chaos. Um, but I think it was an amazing effort. Adam, if you missed it, I had to admit I did not finish the entire 13th chapter. I only got about halfway through. I did not finish my reading for the assignment today. So I'm trying. It was a lot of fun. And such amazing talent. Can I just say and talk about I know you weren't the only one on the panel trying. Um the talent in this community is really amazing. I mean, can we talk about Antics talent? The 13th chapter is bad luck. Okay, Adam. Um, okay, lost my train of thought. Your certain monumental insecurity is being the caricature bluster and a desire to cut corners. Tell me more about what you mean, Cricket. I mean, it sort of makes sense, but I'm not sure what you're referencing. If you're referencing Hubbard, I agree. I think there was monumental insecurity masked by, you know, a mock up. All he does is teach people how to be constantly in a state of dissociation. Antics talent. Thank you, Susan. Not just Antics talent, but Antics is so incredibly talented. And so is Pup Groomer, and so is Scooter Mom with her beautiful work, and uh, Miss Kim with her beautiful work. There were such and of course Marilyn, such talent on display. I was very, very impressed. Very impressed. Scooter Mom, I think I agree. Antics and Kim and everyone. Yes, there is so much talent in the community. Yeah, I was in a uh, chat earlier with the Journey, and she was talking about her quilting skills. Behind not being behind. I'm certain monumental insecurity is behind the caricature, bluster, and the desire to cut corners. Got it. A weak man with a loud mouth. Scooter Mom, I'll tell you what, it takes it takes talent to put a bracelet together, child's play or not. I mean, I could say that mine is just child's play because all I'm really doing is stringing a bead on a wire. I mean, alternating colored beads, alternating sized beads, and a couple of letter beads. It's not complicated, but design takes talent. So child's play counts. Something that Janelle has taught me. Um, she she's been watching me paint my rocks and show my rocks to all y'all. And I was talking to her about how I just had a whole bucket full of painted rocks that I wasn't putting anywhere and that I wasn't giving away and that I wasn't doing anything with. And she suggested that they need to go out into the world. And so I sent recently all my moderators a package um with some rocks. And it's been really fun to get my art out into the world and to hear people's responses. I think and I really thought that, you know, rock painting is kind of juvenile. And furthermore, not only is it kind of juvenile, but my attempt at it seems rather juvenile. But, you know, it's art. It's art. And I think that is what I am starting to learn after not really getting that for a really long time. Ambition, you love. I know it's one of my first dragonflies, Cricket. I thought you would like that. Ambition and lack of talent is except, you know, he didn't have a lack of talent. If he'd had a lack of talent, we'd be in a better situation. The problem is the man was too talented. He was too talented in all the wrong ways. I think ambition and lack of ethics, lack of social mores. The fudge was delicious, but the rocks were not as. You're not supposed to eat the rocks, Papa. How are you doing, Papa Cat? So by 1952, Scientology already exhibited the classic characteristics of a religious sect offering salvation through secret knowledge and totally dominated by a leader claiming a monopoly over the source of the knowledge. Opponents were darkly accused of ulterior motives in wanting to prevent the advancement of the human race. Oh, and this one was amazing. He gets the most. The background is showing on my vape a little bit. a little bit. This isn't the background, but this part here, what you're seeing displayed there is the background. And yeah, just a little bit. The background comes through on the vape. But it really is all colored like that. It's just this part. Now that part. That's all the actual color. Yeah, I know. When I bring it up to my mouth, it does. It's pretty cool, isn't it? This is the cool one I told you guys about that lets you choose between sativa and indica. I'm going to have to, I think, one of the things I have to do for my cumulative project is put together a website with my portfolio on it. My portfolio being my research paper, my revised lesson plan, my teaching philosophy statement, and my resume. Those are the things that I have to have. Yep, this one. Yep. There it is. It just like my bracelet. It's the blue. It's the blue. It just a little bit reflects the screen. Anyhow, so I'm going to have to get that put together. The other one? This one? Oh. I guess that one sure does. Wowza. That's interesting. It doesn't on the other. So it's yellow. The yellow is doing it for some reason. The black doesn't do it, but it's a yellow color. Nope. It's not going to show you. It's a yellow color that apparently is too much like the black, too much like the green for it to distinguish from, just like the blue. That's pretty funny. I wonder if it does it. Yep, it does the same thing with this one. That's fun. That's a fun effect. That's a really fun effect. The wheels of perception. I unfogged them a little bit for you guys. I had them all fuzzy. Let's unfog them a little more. Make it a little more clear in the background. Make that perception a little more clear. So what I was going to say is he found and attracted the most amazing people, such competent people to come in and run his organization. And then he would just consume them, like consume them. So this woman and her husband had been at Hubbard's Beck and Call for a year and hadn't received much in return. She says, as soon as we became responsible for Hubbard's interests, a projection of hostility began, and he doubted and double-crossed us and sniped at us without pause. They had no desire to take it anymore and resigned. She would forever recall her parting regretful words to Hubbard. You're like a cow who gives a good bucket of milk and then kicks it over. I thought that was such an excellent comment. You're like a cow who gives a good bucket of milk and then kicks it over. He just no regard for anything, but that was successful for him because as the chapter proceeds, he just writes another book every 3 to 6 months, and the Scientology Association, or whatever he's calling it, publishes it and adds it to the required um reading for Scientologists who have to go out and buy his books, which he has the copyrights for individually and gets a commission from Scientology for using. It's really a much more inassailable structure than what he started with. And yeah, Adam, I watched that one older documentary that you sent and recommended to me. Let me drop this for you guys. Adam sent a really interesting documentary. Let me get the link. Don't go watch it now, but it sure is. It sure is interesting. And yeah, we did get there were interviews with some of the people that are referenced in this particular documentary. It was quite elucidating and informative and enjoyable. Really, Adam, do you know where? I'm sure you do know where. You want to email them to me, and I will drop them in the chat if people are interested. I'm assuming you guys are interested. So he does. He really had this ability to attract really interesting and competent people. And that infinite watch later list, yeah, I have an infinite watch later list as well. It is a never ending. Yes, it is. It is really good, Adam. I would share it, guys, but boy, I shared itty bitty, less than 6-second clips of stuff last Wednesday. And my whole stream got claimed. So I am done. I am not sharing anything from anybody else's YouTube channel forevermore. I don't know what the trick is to be able to do that, but I on Wednesday only shared like less than 6-second clips and got my video was demonetized. It's not a copyright strike, so that's good. But it was demonetized, which is unfortunate and frustrating. So, Antics, are you still here? I have been really fascinated at Fab Daddy. Scooter Mom, what's nuts? What I miss? Tell me what I said, because I forgot already. Just got out of the hot tub, Fab Daddy? That's an excellent thing to do on a Sunday evening. Sunday evening. How are things? Tell me what I said that's nuts, because I forgot already. The demonetization. Yes. Yes. I didn't hardly do anything. I don't know what the heck the deal is. It was very frustrating and disappointing. I don't know if there's some super secret I don't understand, because I know other people share much longer clips on their channel and they're not demonetized. So I'm not sure what I'm missing. I'm sure there's a YouTube video somewhere, or I could ask ChatGPT for a solution. So I'm going to babble on about this show that Antics. Cricket, it was just little bits of music, if I recall correctly. It was little clips of music. Yes. There was music involved. There was definitely music involved. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, there was music involved. That's mostly what it was. Okay. Well, I'll not share any music ever again. It's like it was less than 6 seconds. I could go through and reference the clips in my Lady Marmalade. Yeah. But literally, Cricket, not more than 6 seconds. It was, yeah. And it's not a big deal just on a regular video. Because you guys, I make, I don't know, 2/100 of a cent. Not very much. But if there were to be super chats involved on a video that then had music on it, that then got claimed, I think that any of the super chat money would also be claimed. I know, Cricket dear. I know. Kim probably got what, Scooter Mom? Music? Did they do music too? So what else happened in this chapter, y'all, other than Hubbard being an asswipe? Because that's what most of this ends to, you know, he goes through people. Everybody seemed to hate Mary Sue, which is really interesting. And then they go spend he went to converting Scientology to a church. That's what chapter 13 is about. And we've only gotten halfway. 200th of a cent, yes. Oh, you were playing music on Kim's stream last night? Yeah, she probably got it. Music can cause issues. I kind of understand the musicians wanting to get paid, but you think they might want to have the music spread. I understand the musicians wanting to get paid. I just think that there should be, like, if I mean, there's copyright and then there's fair use. And I'm not sure how they're suggesting that I'm not doing fair use. I mean, if I take do I need to cite it? Is that how they need to call it fair use? And Fab Daddy, the bigger deal is what if I'm walking down the street and the song's being played by somebody else? I don't even have any control over that. And my stream can get hit. Exactly, Adam. Exactly. So what was I doing that was different? I'm not clear what the difference in the rules is. So, and like I said, you guys, I could totally probably go find a YouTube video about why my videos are getting copyright claimed. I could go find a YouTube video about that and figure out what I need to do. And if it becomes a problem, I'll absolutely go do that. But for right now, I think we're not playing any more songs because it's not worth it. It's not worth it to me. Next time, start critiquing the song. Yeah, Fab Daddy, I'm not sure how to tear apart Lady Marmalade, but I'll. That is the solution, ain't it? So Antics got me watching this new show, Severance, which is about this idea that you can split someone's brain in half, and so that one side of your brain works and the other side of your brain only experiences your personal life, and neither remembers the experiences of the other. The end result of this is that the corporation who hires these people has complete and total control over the information that these people receive as their work innies, as they're called. They're called innies when they're working and outies when they're not working. So the corporation has total control over the information that the innies receive. And so it's a really interesting look at how high control groups function, because essentially the corporation, with relation to their employees, they're controlling all the information for the innies about their entire life, and for the outies, they're controlling the information about what goes on during their work life. Um, it's a really interesting study in high control groups. If any of you are interested in a dystopian sci-fi rendering of a traditional high control group, I think this is an exceptional example. Um, it's been a very, very interesting show. We are Fab Daddy. It's in its second season on Apple TV. Its first season was during pandemic time, so people have been waiting a long time for the second season. And my husband and I watched it. Oh, I'm sure he will too, Adam. Has he said anything? It's the whole, I mean, it's such an interesting show. And it's done by damn it, now I can't remember the name. Just a second. The producer Ben Stiller. Ben Stiller, you know, from Zoolander. He's the one who is executive produced primarily by Ben Stiller. It's really quite, thank you. 2073. Where's that, Fab Daddy? Thank you, Adam. All I could think of was Zoolander, and I wasn't even coming up with the name Zoolander. I just had his picture in my head. It was not coming to me. What was realistic about it, Fab Daddy? 2073. From Nutcrackers? Really, Adam? Ben Stiller's dad worked with Leah Remini. Oh, on King of Queens? Can't tell me? Come on. 2073. No, I want to know where I can find it. what channel I can find it on. Oh, lovely. On YouTube, huh? No, the trailer's on YouTube. Where do I find the movie? Apple TV, Amazon Prime. Okay. Have to pay for it, it looks like. I will give it a look, Fab Daddy. I will definitely give it a look. King of Queens. Yep. You saw Ben Stiller in a show yes, back when he was a kid, when you were a kid. Okay. I found it, Fab Daddy. I will take a look at it on your recommendation. I am trying to watch more new and different things. I have okay, Fab Daddy. Got it. I got it. You be a pirate? Arg. You talking pirate talk now? Shall we have pirate chat for a little while? It is available on Apple TV. I will find it somewhere. It's different. It says it's a documentary. It's interesting. It says it's documentary sci-fi. So, yeah, it's 2073 and the worst forms of modern life have been realized. Surveillance drones fill the burnt orange skies and militarized police roam the wrecked, whatever it is, the wrecked stuff. Oscar-winning director Asif Kapadia's unsettling drama documentary delivers a powerful commentary on the state of the world today and tomorrow. It has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 56% by the audience. People seem to have really mixed views. It's very interesting. Militarized police roam the wrecked streets while survivors hide away underground, struggling to remember a free and hopeful existence. Yeah, that sounds dystopian. A lot of dystopian. Okay, Fab Daddy, have a good one, honey. It's good to see you tonight. Thanks for stopping by. We always like to have you. The parrot on your shoulder gets old, Scooter Mom? Yep, they tend to talk a lot, don't they? The Pervert's Guide to Ideology and The Pervert's Guide to Cinema. I'm not sure if I like dystopian commentary. It just seems to be where I'm ending up right now. You like my anything remotely green or blue is giving into the background. Zeiss, The Pervert's Guide to Ideology. I will check that out. I'm putting it in my list of things to research. You watch a lot of pirate ASMR? Okay. I will go watch. Excellent. Those both look really interesting, Adam. Not that I'm surprised in anything you recommend. Not that I'm surprised at all. Hey, MLH. You just missed Fab Daddy. How are you doing, sweetheart? It is really good to see you. We are just chit-chatting about nothing. We all had a great fundraiser for a protester who's being criminally accused of wiretapping. Scientology is trying to get him on wiretapping charges, I believe. So we raised, how much did we raise, y'all? We raised a lot of money, something like $2,300. So we've been talking about that. We have been talking about how much of an asswipe Hubbard was and how he had no regard for anybody, but still managed to attract and withhold or attract and retain some of the most amazing devoted people. Like, I don't get it. I am doing $2,325. That's just amazing. How much does he need? How much did he need in total, Scooter Mom? 6,000. So that's more than a third. I am doing pretty okay, MLH. I'm a little backed up today. I added things in, which is not to say I didn't get things done, but the things I added in pushed other things aside, and I took some extra time off this weekend that I needed but shouldn't have taken off. And so now I'm a little backed up. He was a terrible science fiction writer. You know what's interesting about that, MLH? Is that, like, even as Isaac Asimov held him in high esteem at the time in the late 40s, he was well regarded in the science fiction world. But from what I can gather reading his biography, he was not satisfied with what he was doing there. He wanted to be king of the fucking world. I guess we're far enough in, you guys, that I can let off an F-bomb. Not that I expected it. It just came out. That's what happens when I have too much of the too much out of the other vape. Exactly, MLH. I know, which is why it was so surprising to hear that Asimov held him in high regard, because Asimov, I mean, Hubbard doesn't even compare, like, night and day, right? It's the man is a terrible author, a terrible writer, a terrible person. And as Adam said, no talent and and too much ambition, with an unfortunate side of some really crazy talent in wackadoodle areas. I mean, he was very skilled. It's unfortunate that he was so twisted. It's really unfortunate he was so twisted. The level of storytelling he engages in, just even around his family, where he had a loving upbringing and he portrays his family as abusive, his mother as terrible, his mother as a lesbian, which of course is not a problem, but was at the time. Um, nuts. Nuts. So one of the things that I was wondering last week, and I wondered aloud to Miss Kim when she was finishing up Dianetics earlier today, is how, after destroying Dianetics to the extent that he did, was Hubbard, I hate calling him L. Ron. Nature blows the doors off of nurture. Sometimes insanity begets insanity. Yes, indeed, MLH. Okay, you guys, that completely went out of my head again. Remind me what my train of thought was there. I had something good and I completely lost it. Susan, you are always so good at telling me exactly what I was thinking about. I hope you were paying attention. I can always tell when I am getting a little bit tired because my brain starts to hang on to the threads less and less. I need to pay attention to that. It has been a long day and I did a lot. Not that I am complaining about you guys. I just need to pay more attention to the signs of when I am getting tired, which is something that I have not traditionally um, done. MLH, you take care, hon. You take care. We will see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Did I lose Susan? She must have had to run off. I'm sorry I lost that train of thought, you guys. It is one of those days. It is one of those days. We hit the first Minnesota goodbye, y'all. We hit the first Minnesota goodbye. And I need to check. Okay. Now I know which is which. I needed to check and see. You do it all the time? The thread, I just completely lose it, Scooter Mom, and I can't pull it back. I guess that's one of the things that Kim wants us to talk about in her upcoming Adam, you're so sweet. Usually it does. Sometimes they just take off and sometimes they come back and I go, oh yeah, it was that. Oh yeah, it was that thought. It's like, well, oh, see, Susan, you're the best. After destroying Dianetics, he was able to create and make Scientology something successful. But a lot of that became clear in Field Marshall's decoration. It is, I believe, St. Olaf's crest, if I recall correctly. Let me check, Adam. I'm pretty sure it's a it's a St. Olaf's cross. That is what it is, a St. Olaf's cross. Patron saint of Minnesotans. Minnesotans. He sure is. So after destroying Dianetics, he went on to make Scientology successful. So it's like, did he actually learn anything? Or did he get lucky because he wasn't so successful the first time around? I mean, what he did is the thing that really, I think, ruined it for him, that Miss Kim and I were talking about, was the presentation at the Shrine Auditorium where they presented their first clear. And that was sort of the first nail in the coffin. And then it just all went downhill from there. But when he created Scientology, he created much more control over the process, and he kept it much more secretive. So everybody just reported things, but there were no more demonstrations per se. At least not in the same public way. Things were better stage managed. Maybe it was just that Hubbard learned more and got more skilled at what he was doing, trying to create a religion the second time around. But it sure, I mean, it certainly seems like something different happened, whether it be he got smarter or he got luckier. I think it's probably a combination of both. You guys, did everybody just disappear on me all of a sudden? Not quite. It just looks like it. I think YouTube's lying to me. It says there's only 3 of you here. Are there more than 3 of you here? You're still here? Okay, Scooter Mom. Ooh, I have a question that you guys might be able Yeah, muster. Exactly, Adam. Can you guys answer me a question? Do we know why yours says 8? Okay, Susan, you're here. Thank you, Adam. I'm always pleased when you're here. I am revising the paper I wrote last year, studying the greetings between Scientology protesters at the protest in Austin. And one of the things that I need to talk about in there is why Lori Plays, Selfless Stealth, and Pearl Snappy started protesting. I think there's only 3 of you here because only 3 of you said you're here. I think that my counter might be right. There's only 3 here. Because it does say 8 on YouTube, but my restream counter says 3, and only 3 of you showed up. I guess I'm being particularly uninspiring this evening. Antics, you're here. Yeah, when I look at the YouTube stream, it says 8. I'm here and so am I. Good for the 2 of you, Adam. We are glad. So does anybody know why any of the 3 of them specifically started? Have they talked about anywhere the reasons why they started protesting Scientology? Because it would be, I can easily say that about the folks who are ex-Scientologists. There are more than 3 here? Okay, Antics. Okay, brain fog. Well, now it says 9. I wonder, I'm on my phone. You're both here, Antics. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. So I think it would be good. In the original paper, I didn't give any background about why anybody. Oh, Adam, that is the sweetest thing to say. Thank you. I'm very touched, Adam. I don't know what to say, but thank you. That is, I've said it before. You guys are a balm for the soul. I think Brain Fog has talked about this. And my therapist has said, y'all are excellent, excellent therapy. Okay, Scooter Mom. I can't spend a lot of time looking it up, so I was hoping maybe you guys might know. I am past the date that I told my professor I would have it in, and that is concerning because I'm not going to have anything done on it until tomorrow. Pardon me, until tomorrow midday. So I have got a lot to do between now and then. You may be off, but Selfless saw protesting going on and decided to go help. He had people he knew that Scientology tried to suck in. Okay, that's helpful. The TV is off now. The numbers didn't go down, Antics. The numbers didn't go down. Antics, did you hear me talking about how interesting I'm finding Severance in relation to how a high control group works? It's really quite brilliant. He protested different things in the past. Yeah, I think I remember hearing you say that. And I think my expectation is that Lori and Pearl got started for similar reasons. I was just hoping you guys could give me a quick answer without having to go search the information down. Although I might have to cite it if I go search it down. So it might be better not to say anything. Oh my goodness, guys, this paper is... What week of the quarter are we in? I don't even know. I don't even know. This is the 5th week of the term. We are in week 5 of the term. And I need to turn in Susan Antics sent you hearts. They both watched others protesting and got involved. Yeah, I think that's what happened to Susan, if I recall correctly. No, your recollection is what I had in my head. So I don't know. I don't necessarily have time to go look for it right now. It may have to be a secondary thought. Week 5. This is the beginning of week 5. A pastel rainbow, Dusty. Can you do a pastel rainbow? More pinks and purples and blues and less reds and golds and yellows. More like my backdrop, Dusty. You follow me? If I make it blurry, can you imagine it as tie-dye? More like my backdrop. I mean, there's a little bit of yellow and red there. But more pinks and purples. Pinks and purples and blues. With a little bit of yellow. How are you doing after last night, Dusty? You pulled off an amazing thing, you and Antics. I know everybody pitched in, but you guys did the hard lifting. That's for damn sure. Okay, then do what you have at the moment, Dusty. I don't want you to have to spend more money on getting supplies. That's That's not right. You do it with the colors you have at the moment. And I will be happy with it because you made it. Your back is killing you today from sitting in the chair so long, huh? Hey guys, we hit second Minnesota goodbye. It went by and we missed it. I hear you. How long were you guys on? And was there an after party at Miss Kim's? Y'all just went forever last night. I am so bummed I missed the after party. Oh, Dusty, plenty of time. All the time you want, bud. All the time you want. Dusty was great to work with, but I obviously need practice and need to fix your audio issues. Yeah, I'm not your audio was sometimes it was coming in antics and sometimes it wasn't. It was unfortunate. I was really sorry you were having so many audio issues. 4 hours. My goodness, y'all. After party at Studio 54. Indeed. You woke up at 4 to take the dogs out and found the party. Wow. Well, then it was probably still going on when I went to bed at midnight and I just missed it. You're so good to take the dogs out at 4 a.m., Susan. I love Orion, but I don't know if I'd want to take him out at 4 a.m. I'd be awfully annoyed if he woke me up at 4 a.m. to go outside. Although, to be fair, he has on occasion done that. He has on occasion done that. Checking the YouTube at 4 a.m. Exactly. What are you doing checking the YouTube at 4 a.m.? Now I got people sending me messages. What is going on? Oh, Dusty, I like the top one. I like this one. Which one do I like? I like this one. Let me show you. You had a short night's sleep, didn't you, Dusty? I like that one, Dusty. Or this one in these colors. So I like those colors and I like that pattern. But this one is also cool and would be cool in those colors. And that one's really cool too. With more colors like that. I like the patterns all really cool. They cost more, Dusty. I haven't made my donation more, or do you mean just those colors? I like these colors. If all you're talking about is colors, those are the colors I like. If you can't do the patterns, that's totally, if I'm asking too much with the patterns, I get that. But those are the colors I like. The blues and the pinks and the purples. Those are really pretty. So coming up this week, y'all, we'll have got Wheel of Wednesday on Wednesday, and I am still trying to come up with some different ideas for Wheel of Wednesday. If you guys, the process is custom. Well, I will pay more for a custom process, Dusty. We can negotiate. Wheel of Wednesday, I'm trying to figure out, I was trying to find a game we could do. If you guys have any ideas for a game that we could play online together somehow. I know that Mandy does jigsaw puzzles and can share a code and a website, and everybody can do the jigsaw puzzle together. I'm not really into jigsaws, so that doesn't seem as much fun to me. But we could try that if you guys would like that. I was thinking it would be some fun to play something like Family Feud or some sort of team game. They wake you up several times a night. Wow, Susan. Really, Antics? That's excellent. Dusty, how many did you guys sell, you guys? Because Dusty had a lot of them to sell. That makes sense. That makes sense. Probably a 2XL, hun. Probably a 2XL. An XL will fit me, but if I want it, yeah, set Dusty to do shirts next fundraiser. Yeah, we should probably just 4? Okay. We should probably, if we're gonna make this a regular thing, figure out what materials cost, because materials, it can be really expensive to donate materials, lots of materials. Enochian chess. Adam. It has to be a game that everybody can learn to play easily and quickly. Does it qualify, Adam? Your little devil is quite adorable, Adam. Quite adorable. I want it. Do you best work on 2X? Excellent, Dusty. I can imagine they're big enough to have something to work with and small enough to not be too much. Exactly, Antics. I don't buy cheap stuff either. I can't afford to donate multiple bracelets when they're sterling and crystal. It's just not in my budget. That in itself is a monetary donation. So, I know it's a great way to support everybody, but we've got to be careful and not burn ourselves out, and at a minimum make sure we're getting fair market price for things. I think we did a relatively good job of that last night, making sure that everybody, I hope we did. Making sure that everybody got got a um relatively good price for their value. Yes, exactly, plus shipping. Know what, Adam? No, everybody. Yeah, exactly, sweetie. Doesn't it doesn't fulfill the criteria. To be fair, sweetheart, I didn't give you the criteria. I just announced that I was looking for a game, and then when you made a suggestion, I said, you don't fit the criteria." So that is my bad. Yeah, you spent a lot, but it's not sustainable. And that's not, I mean, Antics, it's not just what you spent because it's 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 the expenditure of your skill, right? It's not inexpensive. You got a purse or two you can donate? Excellent, brain fog. Thank you, Susan. I think it's really important that we make sure that, I mean, I would have been it's heartbreaking to see your product, your what you've created sell for less than the materials cost. So, oh, now Susan, see, I've already forgotten what I decide. Yeah, the brain fog is bad tonight. Oh, you get not to me. You guys aren't talking to me. Exactly, Dusty. That's what I'm saying. We're not we can't doing this isn't sustainable asking people to um it's not sustainable for people to donate materials because that's expensive as well. You're not what, brain fog? What did I say that you were? I can tell I'm getting tired. That's okay, Susan. I just assume it's me that's confused. I read the chat and I'm like, "Oops, it's me that's confused." No, it's not me that's confused. It's you guys talking to each other. And if I was paying more enough attention, if I didn't have so much brain fog, it's not really the paying attention. If I didn't have so much brain fog, it would certainly not as not it would certainly miss me less. No, you're not. My brain fog is heavy. How's that? It is bad today. It is bad today. That's what I said. See, this is me not standing far enough up enough for the joke. Antics, I think that's a great plan. Finish it. It's a beautiful hat. Did you guys see her hat? Did everybody see her? If you didn't see her hat, Antics, you do the most beautiful color work. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. It is not an easy thing to do. I've never figured out how to do it well. You have brain farts? Ah, it just goes poof and disappears. That is a good way to describe it. The community is pretty tapped right now. the fundraising, and I think the chaos in the community and the chaos in the outside world are just really, really getting to people. I At least that's my impression. Maybe that's just the impression I'm getting from the people we all run with. Um, because it does seem like other parts of the community are not quite as worn down, but that's just my observation. You're tapped? Yeah. Yeah. I I really was lusting over Cheryl's hat. Third Minnesota goodbye, y'all. Your brain fog is cinematic and hangs over the capital city of my mind. Yes, Susan. Cinematic and hangs over the capital city of my mind. Adam, you're so poetic. You're so poetic. Yep, third Minnesota goodbye. Adam, do you know St. Olaf? It is. Hello, Justin. How are you? It's good to see you again. Nice to have you stop by our little corner of the universe. Welcome in. We like it when you stop by. I hope that things are going well for you right now. Why don't we do a goofy panel once a month just to laugh and be uplifting? That would be fun, Brain Fog. That's not a bad idea. I love Cheryl's hats. I love everything people put up. Yes, I think I was saying this earlier. I'll say it again. The skill and talent exhibited in this community is nothing short of amazing. I was back to Cheryl's hats. I was totally lusting after that purple hat. I am going to have to track her down and beg her to make one for me, or at a minimum, send me the pattern and I will make one for myself. Justin, sweetie, I've told you this before, honey. I don't do panels. And I know this is not your first time here, but you're not around enough for me to know well enough to do a panel with you, or for my audience to be interested in having you come up and do a panel. I mean, what do you think we'd do a panel about, Justin? What do you want to talk about? Do you have something in mind? Is there a topic you want to discuss? You've got your own channel, don't you? Can't you go live on your own, sweetie? Yeah, everything people put up for auction was lovely. The talent is impressive. And I think I will just ask Cheryl where I can find the pattern for that hat. I really wanted Antics hat. I was going to bid against Cricket for Antics hat. But with my hair up, it's often difficult to wear hats. But Cheryl's is made in such a way. What kind of books, Justin? What books do you want to talk about? Cheryl's hats are constructed in such a way that I think it would keep the rain off my head, and it also wouldn't my bun wouldn't get in the way of the hat. Justin, if you want to email me and tell me what you want to have a panel about, why you want to have me on the panel, why you want to do it on my channel, and what specifically you want to talk about, then I would be totally happy to consider it, hon. We are Dr. Seuss, huh? Okay. We are just wrapping up in the last 15 minutes. So even if I did do panels, Scooter Mom, take care, honey. That's what I'm gonna be doing here in about 15 minutes, is getting my tushy back to work too. There is a lot to do. Justin, I know this is something you've asked every time you've come in. Your head is too big for hats? Well, that's the other reason I thought Cheryl's might work, brain fog, is because it's so open in the back. And it would just fit on and over. I thought it might work. I thought one of Cheryl's hats might work for my head. But usually, since I have my hair up in one way or another, it's difficult. It's difficult to get a hat to stay on. They don't want to stay on top of my bun. Oh, yes, you do. I'm supposed to be there. I will be there doing laundry and listening, brain fog. I have got lesson prep. I'm teaching English, volunteering to teach English for a Syrian and Ukrainian refugees. Okay, thank you, Justin. I go on panels, but I don't usually have them. It is not my practice. It is not my practice to do panels. Oh, you're doing 9? That's right. Do you have it scheduled, brain fog? I will set myself to notify so I can do that. Justin. Hey, you guys, did Justin win 4th Minnesota goodbye? 3rd Minnesota goodbye, rather? Justin, I don't know if you know this, but we have this funny contest in here where the first person in after I announce my 3rd goodbye, we could talk about that, Justin. Like I said, shoot me an email. When the first person who shows up after my 3rd goodbye gets a prize, Justin, and the prizes are these amazing pictures that one of my moderators makes. And you won 3rd Minnesota goodbye today. So this is your prize. So, Justin, when you email me, I will send you this file for your artwork. It will be yours. Just for being the first one to show up after the 3rd Minnesota goodbye. Isn't that fun? It's a lovely picture of Cubs. I hope you like it, Justin. Let me put my email in the chat for you, Justin. There it is, Justin. Shoot me an email. We will talk. We will talk. Guys, I think maybe this green screen is working a little bit better. I'm not disappearing near as much. Isn't it cute, Susan? It is really cute. The two today were really cute. Okay, Justin. Good, Susan. It's still not great on my head. Trying to rush past a whole Minnesota goodbye. Yeah, I know. I said fourth Minnesota goodbye, didn't I? We can't do that. It was third Minnesota goodbye. It was third Minnesota goodbye. I've got to figure out what I'm going to have for dinner, guys. I made ravioli lasagna last night. Oh, good, Cricket. I'm glad all is well. Everybody liked your third Minnesota goodbye picture, Cricket. My messenger keeps going off. Sorry, guys. It keeps going off in my ear and taking my attention. Minnesota sneak by. Cricket, never have I thought you were ignoring me. Never once. I assumed that something came up. I would never, ever assume that you were ignoring me. You use ravioli like the noodles for lasagna, brain fog? You put down pasta sauce, and then you put down the raviolis, and then you put down some ricotta, and then you put down some mozzarella, and then you put down some sauce, and then you put down some lasagna or some raviolis, and then you put some. No, Justin, honey, you can't put your email in the chat. You're going to have to email me, Justin. Just click on my email and email me. And then you bake it in the oven, brain fog. Nobody but a moderator can put an email in the chat, Justin. Susan is very kind and generous. Y'all, you guys, I have the best chat on the internet. You guys are all talented, kind, and generous people. And I am blessed that I have the lot of you. Yes, she has, hasn't she, Antics? I am blessed. That's okay, Justin, honey. That's okay. There's no problem if you put it in the chat, it just won't show up. I can't believe your hat wasn't selling, Antics. There's just I think we just didn't have a we needed to have bigger channels involved, um, in the future if we're gonna have a Susan. No, Justin, you need to email me. Email Cricket or email me. You need to send the email. Club Brain Fog, I mean, I'm from Minnesota. It is a ravioli casserole. I just, on the West Coast, I call it ravioli lasagna. I mean, that's what Costco calls it. They sell a ravioli lasagna that's excellent. Costco sells an excellent ravioli lasagna. Exactly what Club Brain Fog says, Justin. Send us an email. You send us an email. And we will reply. You send us an email and we will reply. Okay? You bought stickers and bracelets? Ah, Susan, that's so sweet. You guys are engaged? That's cute. Does not Pup Groomer make the coolest stuff? I'm so impressed with her work. I'm so impressed with her work. All of y'all. All of y'all. Which bracelets did you get, Antics? Ha ha ha! Did Papa Smurf show up? That's adorable. Justin, send an email to me. This is the last time I'm going to tell you. This is very clear. You send an email to me and I will respond. He didn't pop in and he was sick earlier in the day? Okay, Antics. That's too bad he didn't make it. Antics did do an incredible amount of work. I think it's really important that Antics get her due for all the work that she has done. She did the hard lifting to get this fundraiser up and running. And that is a herding cat's job. Justin, it's on my tab, honey, and I've just dropped it in the chat 4 times. I've dropped it in the chat several times, honey, and it's right on my community tab. I will show you. Hold on. If you look on my community tab, yeah, Justin, it's getting a little tiresome. People do need thank yous. There's my email, honey, right there. You see it? It's right there. On my community page, you click right here where it says 3 more links. And then you click here where it says view email address. It's pretty easy. I don't know what else to tell you. You got Scooter Moms? Nice. They were really cute. They were really cute. And yes, people do need thank yous. Recognition for all the volunteer organizations I've run. Recognition has been my top focus. You get better volunteers if they're well recognized. And that doesn't mean you need to do much beyond saying thank you. It's a skill that Hubbard, you're very welcome, Justin. It's a skill that Hubbard did not have. And it's one that's really important. Really, really important. I continue to be amazed at what YouTube has provided for me, because it hasn't just been some place to chit chat about stuff. It's been a place that I've found friends. That's more than I did, Antics. That's more than I did. And not only that, you had the idea, you made it happen. Organizing, without organizing, not much happens. Yes, she did a great job of keeping people focused. Scooter Mom helped. Dusty handled the tech and the showmanship and supported you and contacted people. Dusty is an amazing and kind man. He absolutely is. He does a lot of work. It really was a community effort. Indeed, it was. Absolutely. Antics is being modest. Yes. Antics is being modest. And I agree, Antics. We all did chip in, but it was you who made it possible. And for that, we want to recognize you. That's really important. And with that, guys, as much as I always hate to say goodbye, considering as how all the SPness was kept under control, we all stayed in check. We didn't go beyond PG. There wasn't any politics. We all behaved so well. As hard as it is to say goodbye, we all know it's difficult for me, seeing as how it takes me a full hour. I think it is time for me to take my leave. I've got some lesson planning to do, but I will see you all. Which is the biggest win, Antics? Which is the biggest win? We'll give you the biggest win. You deserve it. Excellent, Antics. That is important. That is important. No politics from you. It was a miracle. You included them in the email chain? Okay, Antics. I will take a look. It was a miracle. It was a lovely evening. I was glad to be a part of it. Okay, y'all. I hate to do it, but this is the end. I will see you on Wednesday for Wheel of Wednesday, and we will do chapter 13, 14, and 15 next week. Hugs and hugs.